Welcome to the Cardboard Cave Podcast, the number one show in Puerto Rico about trading card games. Thanks for Alter Sleeves for sponsoring our show. Use our affiliate link or code CardboardCave for 5% off your order and spice up your commander. Don't forget to follow us on our social media or listen to us in all major audio platforms. Thanks for being part of our community, and please like, share, and comment below. Plus enjoy the live show.
Hello and welcome to the Cardboard Cave podcast. We are officially back, guys. I'm very sorry that we have been in hiatus 100%. Is due to a lot of things. All of us have different things, different projects. Right now, I think Orengo, right now, today, he is in the Blue Beetle premiere, watching the film, I imagine. But as well, Orengo is making a short film as well, so he's been very busy. And myself, I've been in I would say, a mental health cleanse. So that's why I've been MIA as well. If you guys follow us on TikTok, that's where you can see a little bit of content. We've been providing you all the previews of Commander Masters. That is the main topic of tonight. One of the other announcements that I want to make to all of you guys, this will be the final time that you will see us in Twitch. So if you guys are a congruent follower of Cardboard Cave, we won't be streaming no more on Twitch. We will be moving to Kick, a new streaming platform that uh, needs Magic the Gathering content creators, because there's a lot of followers of the content, but there's not that much streamers on that platform. So we're gonna join Kick. We will provide you all of our social media for Kick on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok as well. Like that, you guys can go ahead and follow us on Kick as well. Every Thursday, from next week on, I will be live streaming Magic the Gathering arena content. I will announce how it's going to be working, how it's going to work, like that you guys can enjoy the content as well. One final thing, guys. By this move from Kick, we're still going to maintain our audio platform, and we're going to focus more on some social medias. So if you guys want to follow us fully, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to focus more content for YouTube, more content for the streaming platform, and for TikTok as well. Myself and other TikTokers are literally preparing a TikTokers versus podcasters event, where a couple of TikTokers from MTD community will join us and do a small event for all of you guys playing some sweet commander as well. If you guys didn't have not yet seen it, our video with Veggie Wagon is already the first part is already available on YouTube. So click it, like they can see that amazing commander game where I just like the ending because Orengo does not know if he has a win con in the in the game. But go ahead, click it, and follow us on all of our social media as Cardboard Cave Podcast. And today we have one of our hosts from the show, as well. We have a special guest that is this first time here on the podcast. So let's go ahead and present them, and you guys know him very well. He is the master of the dark arts, the one and only JP.
Hey, wait. Orengo had a win condition in play all the time, and we didn't realize.
No, he never did. That's
Oh
why I
wow!
mentioned. That's why the title of the video is "Was there a win con or not?" It's really funny because when I started watching the video to edit it, I got to the end to because you know that you guys played two games, right, with Veggie.
Yes.
So I went to see where the ending of the first game was. When I saw those, I think it's the last 2 minutes. Orengo's like doing everything. He's like, I'm gonna start doing this, but I don't think I have a win condition in my deck. And I was like, oh no, here we go again. But it was super funny. We have a comment. The Hero Wave, I really want to join Kick for Magic content as well. Yes, one of the main reasons JP was not with us on that meeting, but one of the main reasons why we want to move to Kick is because Kick has the same structure as Twitch, but the you can know how many people are following the content per se. You know, the tab. So Magic the Gathering has a bunch of followers, but there's like only around a couple of streamers. There's not that much. So that's why we want to transition to Kick. And as well, it will be a refresher for all of us because myself and the team knows that this Twitch account is a recycled Twitch account from different contents. So probably the how do you call it, the algorithm is not giving us the proper leeway that we need due to that it was gaming streaming channel, then it before that it was something else, and now it's Cardboard Cave. So it's just a nice, how I say, a nice start for us as content creators. So let's go ahead and present our other host from for tonight. He's a great friend of ours. He is an amazing commander player. When I say amazing, is that he can see your gameplay and actually notice what mistakes you made, and after when the game ends, he will tell you, and it's good because you can get better at the game, right? Because that's the whole point. And he's our friend, our great friend, George.
Yo, what's up? It's a pleasure to be here with you guys today. Let's get this
George,
rolling.
I think that you are. We've had a lot of friends of ours here in the show, besides the podcast playing Commander. So I hope one day you can come in and play Commander with us one day.
That's certainly a fact. I will love to play Commander on stream, enjoy, laugh, make mistakes, and just, have a bunch of fun together.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Magic the Gathering, and as well insulting your friends because that's the bonus part of it. Okay, guys. So let's talk about Commander Masters. Commander Masters started previews a couple of weeks ago, and everybody has been going bonkers in regards to the previews for the Commander products and as well the cards per se inside the set. Besides the fact that we have been ongoing, just paying attention to all the reprints that we're going to be getting on this set. But one of the sad parts about this set is that the price tag is really, really high. And when I mean that the price tag is really, really high, let's go quickly and present to our viewers the sadness of the price tag. So we're talking about these are cases, but let's go ahead and talk about um, draft. These set booster boxes are going for almost $400. Draft are going for 300. Commander Masters collectors are going for 219.
Who even needs a kidney?
I know, right? And as well, one of the other things that is going are really high are the commanders per se. We can see here pre-sale prices are depending on the commander, right? Because we have these two that are going in about $80 to $90, but the Eldrazi and the Sliver Swarm commanders are going to almost $200. And we're talking about products that we will get into that in a while, because I know that JP has a big breakdown in what we in this main craziness of the prices. But guys, give me your opinion of does this set is this set worth the price tag of these boxes?
I'll give you a simple answer, as in no. The prices of the set booster boxes have dropped though. I've seen them for around 500, and they've already started to drop. Hopefully that trend continues. They should be like, I remember back when booster boxes were $100, the special booster boxes were like 250, and that would
Hmm.
be pretty average and decently affordable. But like, not everyone would be buying boxes. As the game gotten bigger and bigger, the prices have also inflated. And considering that this year was the year they were going to do the 11% markup, which was again absolutely stupid, but they decided to do that anyways. These prices make sense for what they were trying to do, which is just take our money, but not for what they're providing as a product.
How about you, George? What do you think?
I can only say that this is completely and utterly worthless. You do not spend your money on boxes. Do not make the mistake. Oh, I love opening booster. Yes, so do I. I love it. The smell of new plastic is nothing better in the world. But don't do it because it's just they're just easy taking money. Don't give money so easy. Like for real, all these prices are just for initial hype. The real value of the set it's only break down in like couple, let's say 20 cards. And if you take into account and you opening a booster box, the rate of pulling a mythic rare, and the amount of cards that are actually valuable, which are like 20, don't do it. Why are you gonna spend $300 on a what? On a draft booster and
Hmm.
almost 400 on a set booster? That's I guarantee you that's enough to buy whatever you want in pretty sparkle foil, and you will still have money on your pocket. I guarantee it.
No, yeah, even if you go ahead and sit down on the pre-sale prices, like for instance, myself, I like when they reprint cards that don't have like the borderless treatment. So Fierce Guardianship borderless is $60. I imagine that foil has to be in the skyrocket prices. But when you
I
start picking on cards that you might need for your commander, or just to make your commander a little bit much more pretty, I think that you waste the exact same amount in pre-sale prices, because
Yeah.
obviously when the set comes out, the prices are going to vary.
You know
Yes.
what's the funny part? Everything
What?
stated there, everything listed right there, besides the ultra premium Jewel Lotus, the never before seen foil edge extra planner lens, everything else, it's the exact same price as the regular one right now we have. So the demon that you have there, go lower a little bit. That
Yeah.
demon right there, the Archfiend of Despair, it's
This one.
$30. Yes, it's $30 right now. So why would you pre-buy a demon that's already $30, has a
Hmm.
reprint now? Why would you buy it for $30? If you go for the finale of Devastation, yes, we have it finally in foil edge. It's $100. If you go search the pre-release one, it's $100. So you're not getting no discount. You're just buying like the regular copies we have right now. Give it a couple weeks, let people buy out, let people try the product down, and you will see everything will be dirt cheap. It will be very cheap right now. You see the $147 Selvala in foil edge. The regular we have right now is 200 in foil. So yeah, I don't see no difference in prices. Let the product cool down, and you'll buy
Hmm.
whatever you need. That $60 full borderless fierce guardianship, that's not gonna cost $60 in foil. Once the
Uh,
product is open, it's gonna dry down.
in addition to that, the reason you shouldn't buy boxes is because there's 554 number of cards. Like there's 554 individual cards in the entire set. So this is a decently large set. So the chances of getting what you need
Hmm.
are not only slim, but it's just not realistic. You could
Exactly.
open a box and get lucky. It's always like
Hmm.
something that you could just get lucky, but it's not just it's just not realistic. And it's 500 cards without including the commander decks. I think the
Exactly.
total card list comes around to almost 700.
Yeah,
So
because it's a hundred per commander deck, and counting only the 10 for each. There's four. So there's 10 new each card, so that's 40 new cards in addition to the commander product.
Well, I can give you guys but I can give you the number a little bit much more straightforward. In Scryfall, there's a total of 649 cards
So far.
so far, exactly. Because we still haven't seen the list for
Eldrazi deck.
uh the Eldrazi deck. Correct.
The best deck to be spoiled. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, we can talk about those commander decks. The at least the three that have been revealed so far.
we have them right here. So the three commander decks, just in case, JP. I know this is gonna sound
Yeah.
very unprofessional, but yeah, you can see the our chat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just in case, because I'm going to be on the other screen. um, so going back to the commanders. So we have three commanders that have been already full spoiled with their deck list. We can see the deck list. I think if I'm not mistaken, already a couple of the what you call it content creators have are the ones that spoil the deck list, but I think the planeswalker one was spoiled in the Magic the Gathering live stream, correct?
If I'm not mistaken, that is correct.
Okay, then we have three of the decks, the commander decks have been spoiled. Enduring Enchantments is the enchantment um deck that has an Ikithia, Hand of Erebos, as the face commander. We have Planeswalker Party that has Commodore Goof as your Planeswalker face commander. And then lastly, Sliver Swarm, that it has the Sliver Grave Mother.
We can
Um,
we can discuss them in that order: Sliver Grave Mother, then the Commodore Groth, and then
okay.
the Enduring Enchantments. The way they came out, because Jorge here has an interesting theory, and I am very excited to see if it's true. So we have the Sliver Grave Mother. If you don't know what she does, she's a 5-color sliver, legendary creature sliver. The legend rule doesn't apply to slivers you control. She's a 6/6, and each sliver you control in your graveyard has Encore X, where X is his mana value, and she has Encore 5.
Mm-hmm.
So Encore is that you exile it from your graveyard for each opponent, create a token uh, uh, that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste and sacrifice him at the beginning of the next end step, activate only as a sorcery. So I just want to note that this deck is a three. It's listed currently at $382 in terms of worth, right? Okay.
Yes.
The thing I will be doing, and just to put these prices in perspective, is the new cards are being stapled at basically $30 around, so
Mm-hmm.
around $30 each, the new cards. So we're taking all the new cards out, and those are what, $30 each.
Yeah. Let's like to give
And
our viewers a little perspective. New cards here are Capricious Sliver, Regal Sliver, Taunting Sliver, the Sliver High Lord, but I think this is a
no,
reprint.
the Silver Harviller is not a reprint. It's not new. It's a reprint.
That
Okay,
one
then we
is
have Titan of Lihara, and let's see what else am I missing. Okay,
The
for the
ancestors
ancestors, and yeah, those are the
and
new
and
cards.
and Descendants Fury.
the new enchantment, the red one. It's also
Yeah,
new. On top, metal.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah,
yeah.
Send them Fury.
So for the most part, if you take those out, it's like one, two,
So
three,
that's
four,
that's ten
five.
new cards at $30. That's $300. So
It's
the
not even.
price
It's
tag
not
is
even. It's not
actually
even 10 new cards. Like it's more new cards. There's more new cards, but there's only like a handful that are valued, and just put a stapled up a price tag of $30, because Lazotep Sliver and Hatchery Sliver are also new, and they're posted at $15.
all right.
Uh, the point is that these prices are inflated because they're new cards, and you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't consider them into the actual pricing of the total cost of the deck. So around, we're subtracting around one. Let me do this again. One, two, three, and that's four, five, six, seven, seven. That's around $210 worth of this deck. So the deck is actually valued at 170, and considering that's the average price of a normal commander deck, like that's the if you were to take let's take what was the set before Forgotten Realms? That was March of the Machines.
March of the Machines.
The March of the Machines commander decks are listed around $45, but they're usually valued at $150
Mm-hmm.
plus, depending on which one of the decks are and what the deck contains and the colors, etc. So this one's around 170, which is around the price of what a $45 commander deck would be. Yet these are around $100.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take that into perspective, this is kind of a dud. Like, even though they're like they are giving you all the slivers, just giving it to you, and it's not even all of the good ones. There's a few that are missing. Uh, I feel like this could have been a lot better. It needed to be a lot better, and they
Yeah.
kind of dropped the ball, and especially in the mana base, because the mana base is mostly tap lands. For a 5-color deck, that's gonna be make you for a 5-color sliver deck, especially because considering slivers are supposed to be like more of an aggro deck, because you each sliver builds upon the previous sliver, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually all of them have all the keywords in the world and all the abilities in the world, meaning they stack up.
That look like flying,
It,
first strike. They all have regenerate this permanent, flying haste. All have regenerate target sliver. Slivers
like
have a shroud.
yeah, they all just stack up on each other, so they're supposed to be a bit more aggressive,
Like
because that's how
cockroaches.
you're trying to finish the game in a sliver deck, and this
Mm-hmm.
is the mana base really just makes you fail at that. The thing I want to mention, because we're starting with the sliver deck and we haven't gone to the rest of the decks, is that during the weekly Magic stream, Wizards of the Coast said that these precons are not a premium product. So this just means that this is supposed to be a normal product, yet it has a $100 price tag.
A
It's
one
it
hundred
makes
dollar price tag and shitty land base.
it makes no sense. It really does makes no sense that this has a $100 price tag. I
Mm-hmm.
understand that. Let's take into account when you're looking at the sliver deck from MTG Goldfish, you can see all the price tags, and they're around all $1, and that does add up. But really, this is all. This is it. This is all they could do.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'm shitting on this deck so much is because the next deck really does fix a lot of my problems with this. Because one of my major problems with this deck is that they just stapled all the slivers and did nothing else with the support. It's a tribal deck with very few support cards, and even if, like, you could take any strategy, and with the right support cards, you're gonna make a good strategy. But this is just not it.
They gave the tribe, but they not give the land to so they live on it.
Mm-hmm.
The,
Oh, this sliver deck has that same treatment as the man, I forgot the Kakusho, the one from Neon Dynasty. There's the equipment and
Shishiro.
counter deck. Shishido, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that
the deck.
everything the good stuff came in Shorikai, and then nothing came in Shishiro.
exactly. You know,
Yeah,
it's
next.
like it's a hit or miss, and the thing is that the sad part is that they don't consider this a premium product, but your not premium product is a hefty price tag of $100, a commander deck, and then obviously if you go to TCG Player right now, the sliver deck is almost 150, but it's because of the hype, and it's because I know people love slivers and they have been awaiting for reprints or for a set that touches upon slivers, right? But again, it's $100. You're not getting shock lands. You're not getting a good mana base, and it's sad. And plus, your
Yeah.
price tag it's like you mentioned, JP. All these cards that I'm gonna touch upon on the next deck. One of the planeswalkers. The that price tag that they posted like automatically, oh, these new cards are $30. That's that's not right. You know,
The
that's
prices
not
will
right.
drop as soon as
Oh yeah.
the commander decks come out. Their true prices will be reflected.
Hmm. So George, do you have any thoughts on the sliver deck?
Don't go ham. Don't go buying the Sliver Deck pre-order. Don't make a mistake. Like if you go right now, check up on the deck list right now, and let's say each sliver is $1. So take into account that's $99, right? Counting the mana base. So that's $100, right? But most of these cards, if you play Magic the Gathering, not including the slivers, you will have them. So you check out all of those and just buy the $1 slivers. And when the price drops for the commander decks and the exclusive cards, you get them for
Hmm.
cheap. So you're gonna get your sliver deck for like let's say $50, and that's it. You have your sliver deck.
There is one of the big slivers that is expensive, right? It's the sliver queen, is it right?
So
Yeah, but
Sliver
that's
Queen
on the reserve list.
is a reserve list card. She is an
Yep.
exception to the rule.
No, no, no,
Yep.
no. Yeah, but this is where my point is. If you guys want to build a commander deck, then just save up, buy the sliver queen, and then buy these cards.
If
Or
Sliver Queen is
probably
like $400, depending
it,
on the
Yo.
version, is
it's fine. It's
uh,
fine.
if you if you want a sliver deck, probably build Overlord or the first sliver.
No, yeah,
I
but the reason why I mention it is because if if you're planning on buying a box, just buy the sliver queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh, I get you. I get you. The trade off in price. Once it's yeah, but that's better because the reserve list cars is not gonna drop in price. That's like an investment.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's
Exactly.
better.
And not only that, look, for all of our listeners and or watchers that watched our content later on in YouTube, um the other thing is that, hey, if you have a good play group, you know and when I mean good play group is that you're all very close, right? A lot of close friends. Probably, let's say that I'm the one building the sliver deck, right? um Probably JP or George have the common slivers that I need, and probably they don't need them, and they just have them in the box collecting dust, and they can be like, hey, I have a couple of them, here you go, start building your deck because we want to see you play it. It happens, you know what I mean? So probably a friend has the deck, you don't have not the deck, the cards, and you don't have to go buy $1 slivers over and over again. Um but hey, it's a good way, like we like here in the cardboard cave, we always say, don't buy product, buy singles.
yes.
That is
So let's
correct.
go to the second commander.
Let's
It's
not.
the one that I wanted. It's the one that I actually was aiming to look at. When I saw the price tag, I was like, "Nah, I'll just wait until it releases." And probably this commander deck does give me the hype to go back and build my Super Friends commander like I did a couple of months ago. So the commander is Commodore Goof. Let me go ahead and open him in another like that I can read his abilities. So
Guff.
he is, oh, Guff, my bad. He is Jeskai and one. legendary planeswalker Guff, and he has a static ability that's at the beginning of your end step. Put a loyalty counter on another target planeswalker you control. His plus one is create a 1/1 wizard creature token with tap for red mana. You can only use that mana to cast planeswalker spells. Minus three is you draw X cards and Commander Guff deals X damage to each opponent where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. And he has a loyalty of 5 and he can be your commander. I'll be honest, I like the
He's really
commander.
good. He's
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
he's really good. He's really good.
I
Again,
have one thought about the commander.
tell me
The,
your thought.
the deck is Jeskai. He is Jeskai as a commander. Most of the good planeswalker revolved around red and blue. White is on the lower end. But he creates a wizard that gives you only red for commander. It should
Mhm.
have given yes guy.
Mhm.
You can choose between red, blue, or white, but no, they decided to make it only red. Why? That's my
Uh,
only issue with him.
Pretty sure they're avoiding giving blue ramp and white ramp, and creatures that add red mana are already more common. So I'm not sure if that's their reasoning, but I think it is. Either way,
Probably.
I'm not too like worried about it. If I think of it as well, most elves just add green mana, but you could still run them in most green decks. So
It's like
I
a colorless handler because if the planeswalker will have multiple colors, it will take care of the red one and the colorless. So yeah,
yeah.
it could have been better.
it
So
could have been better. Yeah.
when I evaluate commanders, I evaluate them by three things. Does it have an ultimate that wins you the game? Uh, can it protect itself? And does it offer card advantage? This commander, this planeswalker, not only does it protect itself by creating a 1/1. Sure, it
Mhm.
doesn't have flying. You can still attack it from the air, but for the most part, a 1/1 blocker is pretty much a good jump blocker to keep your commander alive. It has card advantage, and it with enough planeswalkers, potentially a game-winning ability. It
Mhm.
has mostly everything a commander really needs. In addition to the chump blockers are ramp, and that's very relevant when you're trying to cast multiple planeswalkers during a turn. Considering planeswalkers are not necessarily easy to cast because most of them are between 4 and 5 mana usually.
That's why you have to play Joda as your commander.
You cast one and pull another.
No, because
Exactly.
you cast an omniscience and then just cast everything else.
Exactly. Or how do you call it? The EDH committee? Please unban Golos, and I would be a happy
Nah,
cookie. Let me have Golos again. Let me win.
I'm okay with it.
So in terms of this deck, I am very happy with it because it is very well built as a good, very solid start to the deck. It has not only Soul Ring, but all three signets, all three talismans, which Talisman of Progress is quite a significant reprint considering it had a two printings or three printings before this, and this is the fourth printing. Before that, these were like last year. During it got reprinted in the special commanders
The
at the
Warhammer one.
in the holiday and the Warhammer commanders. Before that, it was a 15 to $30 card. So it's good to see this reprinted again and go down in price even further, as it should be way more accessible. It has Oath of Teferi, which is one of the strongest enchantments for Planeswalker deck. It has cheap Planeswalkers, so 3 mana Planeswalkers really do affect the game early and help you with Commodore Guff's ability. But it's mostly the creatures. Most of the creatures are very, very helpful for the main strategy. It's either giving them more counters, protecting them, making more planeswalkers, or making or getting more stuff for the planeswalkers.
That's
It
on
is
my
very, very
deck there.
synergistic because Narset Enlightened Masters gets you free like free commanders. It could potentially give you 4 free commanders. When you look at something as simple as Fogbank, it is literally the best defender you could have for a commander. It is the best single target defender. Uh, then you have cards like Deep Glow Skate and double the counters. You just automatically could ultimate several planeswalkers. When you ultimate several planeswalkers, you're bound to win the game.
Yup.
So it is very, very synergistic. It has a lot of planeswalkers, and it's very, very good on that. And when looking and comparing the mana base of this compare in comparison to the 5 color sliver deck, I'm at least more like satisfied with this mana base. There are some cards that don't make much sense because like look at Forge of Heroes as a land is like when choose target commander that entered the battlefield this turn. Oh, I guess you could put a loyalty counter on it. Never mind.
Yep.
But eh, there are better options. One of the things that I do want to mention is the Chain Bell got reprinted in this, and that is a very good staple for this type of commander.
That is the
Mm-hmm.
most impressive card the deck has. I
Yeah,
never expected them to reprint the chain bell on the deck. Like,
yeah,
I know it's a
Same
planeswalker
here.
deck and it makes sense that it should be there. But chain bell is a pretty expensive card. Um, it's not that common of a card also because if I'm not mistaken, it was on Innistrad, and so the card has a couple years since it has been printed. And yeah, the card is a pretty busted card when it comes to Planeswalker and basically makes you win the game. Because if a Planeswalker has a loyalty ability of a +2, with the Chain Bell is a +4. So yeah, it's an amazing power up for the deck.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I was talking to JP is that uh, for everybody that has been following us since the start of Cardboard Cave, they know that one of my favorite planeswalkers is Chandra. So I love Chandra. It's always going to be my favorite planeswalker of them all. One of the things that I noticed is that Chandra is getting like a new card on the commander deck. It's called Chandra Legacy of Fire. Due to the fact that she's a new card, she's a $30 card apparently, right? On the price tag. One of the things that I mentioned to JP is that in the $30 range, this card is not worth $30. There's too many. All of her effects require planeswalkers on the game, so either way, um, it all includes she can include it herself as one of the numbers of the planeswalkers, but to like do wide damage or to be able to like say that you did a lot with the card, the requirement of needing multiple planeswalkers is a downside, plus the fact that she is 5 mana, that's a secondary downside.
yeah.
5 mana for Chandra that requires other planeswalkers in the game to properly function. It's not a good card. Uh, and for instance, they did added Torch of Defiance that for me is the best Chandra of them all, because she gives you so much advantage for 4 mana, and it's a four loyalty planeswalker. It exiles you a card that you can play it. If you don't if it's not a playable card, deals 2 damage to each opponent. It gives you mana. It provides removal to a target creature for 4 damage, and her emblem is again 4 loyalty. You need 3 loyalty more to be able to reach to the emblem, and the emblem states that whenever you cast a spell, deals 5 damage to any target. So for me, I would have preferred this Chandra to be um either 4 mana or at least 3 mana, but instead of like 1 red, it will be 2 red and one, like a
Uh,
couple of other Chandras out there.
so it seems this is Chandra Torture Defiance is a perfect example of what I mean about a planeswalker that provides card advantage. This one provides
Hmm.
a ramp. It protects itself by being removal and has a game-winning ultimate.
Yep.
Yep. Her ultimate is like you cannot let that happen. How many loyalties has the new Chandra?
The new
The new
Chandra
Chandra has
enters with
3.
3.
Nah,
Is
that's
not
too low.
like I said. These $30 price tags are just stapled on there,
Hmm.
but they are not worth $30. The prices will stabilize.
You know what's funny? If you do Pungify on a creature your opponent has because he's about to kill a planeswalker and you play that Chandra, the Pungify, the ape that you just gave your opponent, can still kill your Chandra. That's not good.
Exactly. That's the reason why I'd say, like, again, if it would have been 3 mana, it would have been a little bit much more better, because again, most of the planeswalkers do go for 3 mana. I think all of the planeswalkers start at 3 mana. I haven't seen any yet goes for 2, but they all go for 3. And it's a much more advantage in the case that, oh, okay, so if I have, let's say, Sahili and the Jace Beleren on game and Narset, you're already creating 3 red mana, and that gives you a leeway to be able to cast any other commander, or give you mana to cast your the Guff, or any other card that is like available, right, to be able, like, any type of creature to be your colorless mana, like for instance deep glow skate. Let's say that you have 1 blue mana and you still need the 4, letting it be that Chandra is 3 mana, and you have 3 planeswalkers already in the game. That is already 4 red mana, and you can play it and double the counters to make crazy stuff with those. Like for instance, would be yeah, he would be at 10. So he in next game he can make a you can make a player mill 20 cards, if anything. Um, I still say that there's a couple of I do like the cards. One of the ones that you guys mentioned and caught my attention was this one. I think that this is the one that made a lot of talk in social media. That is Vronos Mask Inquisitor. Great card. I love the card, and you guys mentioned a type of like
Combos.
interaction with him with Spark Double, and I don't know. This card is busted.
If you would put a $30 price tag on a new card, like by default, like there has to be a $30
Hmm.
new card in a precon, it'll be him.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, it'll be him. Him and Spark Double create so much advantage because 4 planeswalkers, 4, not 1, not 2, 4 cannot be touched. They're gonna be phased out until your next turn, which they will activate once more, and they will phase out again and keep the train rolling. And since the card that does that is him and Spark Double, you're gonna get the advantage of the other 2 planeswalkers with whatever they are providing. So let's
For
Hmm.
say they
free.
provide card advantage or mana, you're getting that for free. So you're basically saying, look, when this guy and Spark Double comes out, I'm gonna ult you 4 Planewalker. No matter what, I'm gonna ult them. And that's pretty. I don't know. That to me is pretty strong. Saying that, hey, you see these four planeswalkers here? Yes, they're gonna ult no matter what you do. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a pretty good and strong synergy with that guy. Without to mention that the chain veil is in the deck. So if you have the chain veil and spark double and this guy, you just won. I don't know what to say, buddy. You just won.
I mean, you could
So
just smack them in the face until they're dead.
you mean your opponents?
Yeah, like oh,
Yeah, you
like
play
if
Sark. You can
you
play Sark in the Masterless.
no. I'm saying like if you are playing the planeswalkers and you're
Uh
doing
huh.
the spark double chain bell with the Bronos, I could just play as many creatures as I can and smack you in the face and kill you before you go for the win. Otherwise, it's kind of screwed. Uh, this it does kind like playing a lot of planeswalkers in general just puts a target on your back.
Yeah,
They do,
that is
but
true.
it's like I just said. If a planeswalker makes a token, if it makes a
Yes,
defender,
protection.
yes,
As long as they can
yes,
protect themselves.
yes. So they will no longer need to be protected because they're face out, but they will protect your face. So your opponent cannot kill you while you ult them.
Mm-hmm. That's
This
completely true.
it sounds very annoying, and it's
It
gonna
does.
and I think the salt will be flowing as soon as this card is printed.
The Sahili makes Tupters or servos. I think it was
I
servos,
think it's
colors of
servos.
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 So she makes servos. Your commander Goff makes a wizard that makes red mana, and there's a couple of other planeswalker that makes dudes. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. Also hitting your opponent while you see your opponent ulting them in your face.
One thing I want to mention though, and as a lore standpoint, is funny that Vronos has such a good card, considering he's already dead in the lore. He never had a
Well,
card, and they just gave him a card now, but he's dead.
well, the same is with Windgrace, Lord Windgrace.
Yeah,
All his cards are relatively fake because he's already dead
I
since the
mean,
beginning.
he has the Lord Windgrace card, which is like the first time he gets printed as a Planeswalker, which is nice. But then he has the Soul of Windgrace, which is, I guess he's dead, but it's not fake in terms of its soul. His soul is so strong that he's there. The reason I mentioned that he's dead is because Liori Spark Touched Hunter, the secondary commander for this deck. Let me read the card. It's a blue, red, white for a 3/3 legendary creature elemental cat. It has flying and vigilance, and whenever Liori Spark Touched Hunter deals combat damage to a player, choose a Planeswalker type until end of turn. Whenever you activate an ability of a Planeswalker of that type, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Yeah, Liori's dead also.
Yeah,
Liori Liori was Luca's original companion.
yeah, he got
Oh, okay.
killed on Ikoria. I
Yeah,
know.
he got killed. You could see him in. You could see them in the Heartless Act. Yeah, that's them killing Liori. So
Sad.
I just find it funny that it's like, oh yeah, they're dead and they're dead and they're dead. Gideon,
And they
look,
just
oh look, it has Gideon's in there. He's dead.
It's the Dead Walker, the Dead Walker Commander deck.
instead of Planeswalker Party, let's call it Planeswalker Walking Dead.
Funeral, Planeswalker funeral.
Yeah, it's
Planeswalker
gonna
Funeral. Oh God.
that when you take out the deck, it's gonna be like I see dead man walking.
One of the things that I do like is that this is something that you don't usually see in commander decks. That this, at least this commander deck, feels that if you go to like an event, that you don't see that much done. At least here in Puerto Rico. If I go ahead and sit down by the deck, it's a playable deck. It has a good synergy inside the commander deck. It's not like the sliver one that it's 5 colors. The lands come in tapped, and it's a pain um, to be able to properly play the cards. Um, let's go ahead and go to the third, and not the final commander, but the third one, and that they
John,
spoiled. Yeah,
John, before you go to the final spoiled
tell
deck,
me.
now that you mentioned that Commodore Goff being out of the box is a playable commander, he actually wins the game if you combine 3 cards. So that's
He
pretty
does.
insane in Commander. The
What 3 cards you would combine?
so it'll be Vronos, right? Vronos, the
Mm-hmm.
Spark Double, and the Chain Veil, the Cat, or any combination that lets you multiply your abilities of a Planeswalker. So any in those
Oh.
combinations, you just need Bronos and Spark Double. The Chain Veil is a multiplier. The Cat is a multiplier. So anything that lets you get multiple triggers of your
Mm-hmm.
Planeswalker, it's an instant win. You just won the game. Like no, there's no way around it because Brono is so
21 commander damage.
powerful. Yes,
Wait,
but that's the point. You have to.
isn't there
You have to
isn't there a
insta kill you.
combo? Yeah, yeah, but isn't there a combo that you can make infinite Jaces with the Jace from Ixalan?
Yes, it's with actually it's with Dragon God with Nicol Bolas.
Exactly. So if you do make infinite, let's say that you make 40 Jaces, you -3 Guff and you win.
That is
Yeah.
correct. Yep. But Nicol Bolas also wins you the game.
Oh no, yeah, but I mean, in the fact that because sometimes you want to have the lesser amount of cards to make a combo and to be able to win, right? That's what I mean. In this case, you make a bajillion Jaces, obviously not to draw out your deck, right? So you would make
Oh
let's
wait.
say
Yeah.
it
Because I
draws you
forgot
the
it's
deck.
like you draw first and then yeah.
Correct. So you would just create 40 Jaces, right? Or be 30, maybe 38, because you would have, well, yeah, no, 39, because you have the original and 39 Jaces. And then from there you go ahead and um -3 and GG.
That's
And you
correct.
and you draw 40 cards. Well, 41 counting the Nicol Bolas. So there you go. 41 cards, 41 damage to everybody. GG.
Yep. That's a combo.
That's a combo right there. We're providing you combos, guys. So you buy the commander deck. Okay, so let's go to the next commander deck. This enduring enchantments. That it's with Nikithia. She is uh green, black, white, and 2 legendary enchantment creature, demigod. Um, Hand of Erebos as well. She has menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace. Whenever Anikitha enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target non aura enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black zombie creature in addition to its other types. And it's a 4/4 for 5 mana. What do you guys think about the commander? I do like it. Me being somebody that's building Goshen Tai, I like it because some of these cards are cards that um were high in price. Like for instance, the Dryad, and it could lower the price a little bit. It's much more easier for moi to buy the cards. But what do you guys think about the deck in general?
This is the best deck so far. I really like really like Commodore Guff and how it's built, but this is the best deck so far. It's mostly because of the everything just synergizes with everything else. Everything synergizes
Hmm.
to the point where I think this can just take over the game, and you're just I play. You could play one spell per turn, and you would take over the game either way.
too much card draw, too much
Mm-hmm.
synergy. A lot of cards had Constellation, which is a very, very powerful mechanic for enchantment tribal. Because it's whenever it or another enters the battlefield. And yeah, it's too strong, too synergistic. Has board wipes all over it. Has a Doomwake Giant, which has Constellation. Whenever it or another enchantment enters the battlefield, it gets minus to each creature your opponents control. So you're always gonna control the board. It has a very stapley card on Enchantment Tribal, which is Starfield of Nyx. So it gives you recursion for your enchantments, and it lets you smack with your enchantments, because if you have seven or more, they all become XX creature where X is the mana cost. So yeah, the deck is by far the strongest, by far the most value, by far the most synergistic. So until now, that is the go-to commander.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree. I completely agree with this. The fact that you have so much, the constellation mechanic is amazing. Let's put an example. Composer of Spring, is one green and one, with the constellation ability that whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tap. If you control six or more enchantments, instead you may put a creature or land from your hand onto the battlefield tap. So this is giving you multiple effects all around, and the fact that most of the enchantments are cheap, and not only it says enchantments, so we're including creatures as well, creatures that have enchantment creature. It multiple, it has so much synergy inside the deck that it's amazing. Out of the box, this commander out of the box can win the game. It can make your $500 commander or 1 grand commander look like if it was a precon if the other player makes a mistake.
This bold claim. Uh, I am not the biggest fan of Anixia. I like her, but I really love the secondary commander. It's a very common trend for me to like secondary commanders more. But
What's the
I
secondary
really
commander?
Narcy Fable Singer. She's one in Abzan, so 4 mana for a legendary creature, human bard, and she's a 3/3 with lifelink.
I
Whenever
don't
you
see her.
sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. Whenever the final chapter ability of a saga you control resolves, each
Oh, here it
opponent
is.
loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is that saga's mana value. I
Damn.
really like her a lot.
Actually, yeah, I do like this one more than whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, draw a card. This one looks. I would play this one instead
That's
of
like
Anithia.
No, I don't. I think Anithia works better with what the deck does in general, but I like Narcy more as a commander and to make her a commander.
funny part is the sacrifice ability is not tied to sagas. The
No,
damage part it is, but the sacrificing an enchantment is not tied to sagas, so you can take advantage of it.
the seal of cleansing, primordial seal, the seal of
Mm-hmm.
like all the seals that sacrifice themselves to destroy an enchantment, artifact, or creature. Those could just pop, draw a card, kill some, destroy something, kill something. Not You could just play the sagas. There's a lot of 1 mana. It's like there's a lot of there's 1 mana saga, but 2 mana sagas, 3 mana sagas, very cheap amount of sagas. So by the time you play Narcy, you could trigger her the next turn on your after your draw step.
Yeah,
That's
Uh,
true.
you can
she
trigger
doesn't.
her multiple times.
Yeah, and you can trigger her multiple times. Yeah.
Yep.
The deck, I'm not sure if it's running, but it is not running it. There's a ah Satsuki Living Lore, something like that, white and a green, and it deals with enchantments. It came out in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. That's a
Yeah,
great card for that type of deck.
She can tap to pull a lower counter, and when she dies, she can return a saga to your hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that there is a blue card as well that uh lets you, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's from March of the Machines. I don't remember her name, but if you tap her, I think that you can add or remove a lore counter, and there is a secondary effect as well. While you guys keep providing our people your thoughts about the deck, I'm gonna look for the card.
All
I know
right.
it's blue.
Funny, hilarious part. Tom Bombadil from Lord of the Rings. He did not have too much support. He was cool. Oh, he's a saga commander. He's kind of cool whenever a saga sacrifices. You look at it until you reveal a saga and you put it into play. But he was trying. He was trying his best to be good. Actually, with this pre-gun and the enchantment support, he's kind of broken now.
Yeah, and Narcy and him is just like, oh look,
Yup.
I trigger this, I reveal, I trigger this, I reveal, and I just keep going. And
Yes.
Narcy will have consistent abilities to keep triggering her second ability.
It's like the support that Tom Bombadil needed because
Yes.
he doesn't draw a card. He technically cheats things into play because you keep scrolling until you hit a saga,
Yeah.
but that wasn't enough. You don't do damage. You're not actually kind of progressing the game fast enough because sagas take 3 turns. If a saga has more than 3 lore chapters, it can take up to 4 turns. So he was not. He was really slow progressing the game. But right now, with the support from that commander deck, him being the commander, like you have the ability to sacrifice
Ha,
sagas
found it.
to make them scroll and pull up. Cause that's a funny thing. Tom Bombadil says whenever a saga is sacrificed, you reveal cards until you get another one. If you sacrifice a saga with another permanent, you get that trigger. Your Narcy's gonna see it, you're gonna draw a card, get the trigger, you can stack it however you want. That's pretty good.
hmm So look, this is the card that I was talking about. So the card is from Lord of the Rings. Goldberry River Daughter is 1 blue and 1/3 legendary creature nymph. It has the following effect. So you can tap, move a counter of each kind not on Goldberry River Daughter from another target permanent you control onto Goldberry. Then you can, there's a pay blue and tap, move one or more counters from Goldberry onto another target permanent you control. If you do, draw a card.
That would work. That works well with Tom, not necessarily with Narcy because he doesn't have the colors. But yeah, Narcy's are great at addition to Tom.
It is.
hmm
I'm I'm kind of stoked for the deck. Kind of weird because I like you guys know me. I like to play as powerful as I can, as fast as I can. But there's like a little child in me that also want to play like gimmicky decks. I love gimmicky decks. I'm this guy that I see like a 20 mana 20 mana 12/12 that lets you search library and hits for a ton and deals damage. I'm like, yo, that card's so great. It's busted. Not really, but that's the gimmicky part on me. So I kind of like Tom Bombadil right now with the support.
I really do. I myself sometimes like, you know, I like most commanders to just be fun. If I can add like combos to win, then that's fine. But if I can have fun, more fun than just win, uh, I'll play that commander. Right now, Goshen Tai is the one that I want to finish building. I'm still missing a lot of shrines. God dang it. um, but it's something that I want to play. I have played it in play testing websites, and it's really fun. And in arena, I have it in brawl, so it's as well fun. Not powerful, but fun. When it
John,
goes off, it goes off.
John,
I, I,
funny,
I
funny point.
yeah, I have like in terms of the commanders I make. You all know I have like my own gimmick of sacrificing, and I just really enjoy that. But there's some commanders I've avoided making just because they seem oppressive, and even though I would find them fun, if my opponent's not having fun and everyone's just looking at me with disdain, I'm like, nah, I'd rather not. I rather my commander be something less innocuous and funner, and add those type of cards to the deck if need be, than to have it as a commander.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get you. I
Generally
get
that
you.
speaking,
is
I try to make sure like a great game for me doesn't mean I need to win. Is if my deck did its thing and my opponent's deck did its thing, and whoever's thing was was done better wins, I'm happy.
that is me when we go on a tournament and I play Shurikai and they're like, "Oh my god, not this guy again."
Last tournament we played, I wheeled and Jorge here played Orcish Bowmasters, and I had to give him a high five. I had to give him the high five. I had to.
That
I
was
gotta be
that,
honest.
that was
Then,
cool.
then I
Everybody
wheeled
got
again because
board
I was
wiped.
like, fuck it.
Yeah, everybody got board wiped, and they were all looking at you like you just did that, and I was laughing because okay, so everybody took a bunch of damage and got board wiped, but you were the least affected, and you keep doing the wheels, and everybody got screwed. Everybody was like, "Yo, bro, stop it! He got an Orcish Bowmaster there,"
It's
and
like a
you were like,
22
"No,
power
no."
creature.
Yeah, it was insane. That was fun.
No, I it's like on the last tournament on Friday, it was funny because on the first table, the three people that I had on table, they were like, "Oh yeah, John is gonna win. He has Shurikai," and I was literally killing myself because all of my lands were the ones that do damage to me. So I was like, "Oh my god, how am I gonna win?" They just completely ignored me, and I was like, "This is my time to shine." I looked at everybody. I'm like, "So I have all my mana rocks, right, people? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go infinite. I'm gonna draw my deck, and I'm gonna play Thassa's Oracle. And I have another way to not play Thassa's Oracle. I can play Blind Obedience and just extort you all. So which one you guys prefer?" And then they were like, "Oh, how can you win? You were like, I was like at 14 life, guys. No lie." I'm like, "You guys let me do my thing. You ignored me. That's what you're not supposed to do."
I always say if you're still in one life, it's game on. If I'm not
Hmm.
dead, I'm still playing. Like
Exactly.
never take nobody for granted. Oh, he's already almost dead. He's like a two life. Those two life, they matter.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so guys, we have a couple of minutes left to talk about the main set. So let's go ahead and talk about the main set. I have it here. The main set has, well, not the main set, but like we mentioned before, it's a total of 649 cards. And still missing the Eldrazi deck. There are some nice reprints that I did enjoy to see, like Ulamog and Kozilek. Kozilek being a very popular commander as well. Um, so, guys, which give me at least your top three cards that you have seen on this set that have been reprinted or not that you are interested in getting due to the price tag that it will go down upon release.
Why don't you start, Jorge? Because right now I'm running blanks. Because all I'm thinking about is I'm happy that the medallion cycle got reprinted. It was around $30 for each, and this should tank the prices. Monocolored decks are underpowered just for the fact that they are monocolored. So having expensive rares and expensive staples that are basically only run in monocolored feels bad. So I'm happy that they got reprints. Uh, Other than that, like I'm happy in terms of like Cyclonic Rift got reprinted. The finale of Devastation got reprinted. Those are cards that are just very good and but were very expensive. The Cycle of Lands, the Vault of Champions, Undergrowth Stadium, Spectator Seating. This is the enemy color
Hmm.
lands that care about your opponents. These got reprinted. I'm happy about that.
The
Those
cycle of the
that,
commander specific color
yes,
decks,
commander specific. Yeah, the Fierce Guardianship, Flawless Maneuver, those type of
deadly
cards.
relic.
Deadly Rollick, I like that. I'm not a huge fan of the Smothering Tithe reprint, both because they upshifted it to a mythic,
They
and
Not
did.
I'm not.
so.
I yes, yeah, they did. They upshifted Smothering Tithe to mythic, and I don't feel like that's a mythic card. It's a myth. It can be mythic if you like if you play Smothering Tithe and then wheel like I
Mhm.
usually do, then it could feel like a mythic card. But sometimes just people pay and it does nothing. So I don't feel like that should have been like
Mythic
upshifted.
rare. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, Craterhoof is a great reprint. I'm not. Razaketh is another card. Is a really great one, and I think that's it. Perforos is nice. Tooth and Nail is nice. Grave Pact is great.
Finale of
Uh,
Devastation.
yeah,
There's a couple. There's
Doubling
yeah.
season.
yeah,
I'm not a.
Dolphin season.
I
Great
don't know.
henge.
I don't know. Every time I see doubling season, and I
It
feel like
doubling
it,
season is the card that can get reprinted 100 million times and it will never go underpriced.
yeah, it usually has like a stable price tag, but
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like I don't like that much. Like I don't like doubling seasons that much. I don't
For
know.
those who don't know a lot and don't play a lot of black, there's an mischief reprint in there.
Oh yes, that's one of the cards I wanted. Yes. Oh yeah, that's a great reprint.
Ink mischief. Here you go.
Yeah, it's
That's a perfect
basically
one.
a quote unquote counter spell, a black counter spell.
Yup.
Yeah. Well, at least for me, I would say reprint wise, uh, I'm someone that has always have the would say the interest of building Kozilek as a commander. Seeing him here gives me that leeway because price is gonna go a little bit lower as well as Ulamog. But it's just something that it's just been in my mind, but still not like something that I would build a full 100%. Cards that I really am excited that they did reprints. I would say Personal Tutor is one of the cards that at least caught my eye. And Bribery is another card that caught my eye. Due to the fact that are cards that I would use in Shurikai. The cycle of the cards for the commander from the commander decks, because again, like I mentioned at the start, being the fact that we have the normal art, but having the chance to have borderless treatments of these cards uh, are amazing. One of the things that I did not like that much of the reprints is the fact that there's so many cards that have cycle of the cycle of their colors, and they're only gonna be like one. For instance, Torrential Gear Hulk, Perforos is another card that we're only gonna see that card there. Um, let's see what other card I could say that I'm super stoked about. I really don't know.
Savage
Oh, wait.
Beating is pretty good.
Which one?
Savage Beating is a pretty good reprint.
Savage Beating. That's a red
There
card.
Yeah, right there, below.
Yes, Savage Beating is a good reprint. Uh,
Go down, go down, go down.
Oh, here it
Yeah,
is. Oh,
yeah.
yes. That is a good reprint as well. I would say one of this is gonna sound really, really crazy on my part, but in regards to one of the builds that I was going to do, it needed Arachnogenesis. I don't remember what deck was it that I was building or planning on building that you needed this card, but this card was really expensive to buy because I think it only came out in one of in a commander deck, and it's getting a reprint as well. Azusa has been reprinted so many times that it's ridiculous as well. So you can find it at a good price. Um, I would say, as well as another reprint that caught my eye was, I really don't remember. I know that there was another card that I really was interested in. Um, but one of the,
Uh,
I would say the medallions. But the thing is that
yeah.
for at least for me, this is my final thought. At least for the medallions, me personally love artwork from the past. At least for the time that I was about to buy Emerald Medallion. By the time that I was about to buy Emerald Medallion, that's the green one, it's still in a good price. Price tag for the, I think it was fifth edition one, if I'm not mistaken. The fifth edition one was for around $15, so it wasn't that expensive. But it's green. I know that the other colors are much more expensive, but seeing the medallions reprinted is a win. It's something that I'm really, really happy about.
I missed land tax, which needed
Yeah.
a good reprint, and a card special to my heart. I forgot Kaikar.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, car got
yeah,
He's like 20
yeah. Is
cents.
he's like my CDH commander. He's currently dismantled because I've been making another. I've just been haven't had the time to just finish it. But Kaikar has been my commander uh, for for my CDH commander for a long time.
and
Yeah,
then we have the full treat, the borderless or
Yeah,
alternate art.
all of them are
Uh, all
they're
all
so
of
good.
them are so beautiful. I need that reality shift.
I know. I was gonna say that. That uncommon, damn, that looks
Damn.
pretty spicy. Yeah,
The thing is that this what one of the good things about having so many different art styles in the set is good in the fact that if you don't like the borderless artwork, probably the normal one will be a little bit much more cheaper, even though in some cases the borderless is cheaper than the original artwork.
it is.
you know but just one of my favorite artworks is the fierce guardianship, that I imagine that it's not here. Let me go scroll down as much as I can. For what I see, it's not available, the artwork, dang it. But the fierce guardianship borderless is amazing. The borderless artwork is just great. It
For
has
me,
it has
It's Narset,
Narset.
yeah.
It's Narset.
for me,
Narset.
for me, it's Mickey's.
Yes,
Oh,
Micaeus,
the
the profile art on
these the
Micaeus
profile
is
art.
just so good.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, Olamog looks great. Kozilek looks kind of weird, but Olamog looks amazing. And these are the lands that we're gonna get. The rare lands are going to be the enter the battlefield tapped unless you have two or more opponents. That are the ones from battle bonds. We're getting them as well. Command tower is gonna get a full art. Fellow Warstone, extraplanar lands, arcane signet, soul ring.
I'm very happy that they printed those uncommons like Soul Ring,
Mm-hmm.
Arcane Signet, Solar Stone. They got reprinted in borderless because for some people that cannot actually afford a pretty copy of one of their rocks, those are gonna be like really really cheap. So everybody gonna have pretty rocks now.
Mm-hmm.
So you
No, and
Hopefully,
as well, Demonic Tutor is reprinted as well. So even though it's not that expensive, it's what, a
it's still a
twenty
forty
dollar
dollar
card.
card. Forty
It's a
dollar
forty
card.
dollar card.
Yeah,
Wow, I did not. I
I'm
thought it
just
was
happy
like
of all
around
these
20.
foil etched cards. Goddamn, I love
Oh
foil
yeah,
etching.
JP's like, oh my god, foil
I'm
edge.
I, I'm gonna get a foil etched deflecting SWAT now.
Yeah, I saw it. Right, they all come in all treatment. Right, the free spells they all come in like regular
Yeah,
full edge
Mm-hmm.
borderless.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
there they are.
the borderless reflecting sword. Deflecting sword. It's like, let me guess, you came to slay the dragon. Nah, fam, get that out of here.
Yeah, and as well, here's the Fierce Guardianship with the Narset. It looks amazing. I love it. I love the artwork on that one. In foil, it should look amazing. Um, yeah, I really do like this. Here's the Soul Ring. Here's the Jewel Lotus. If you guys wanted textured foil, it's like around $800. If you want it in pre-sale prices, um,
Nah, I'm good.
but having the option that you can have the cards foil etched is good because again, it helps on the prices. It helps you as
Oh,
a
oh shit! The lands
what
come in foil etched.
Where?
what?
Yeah, Vault of Champions, Undergrowth Stadium. Those lands come in foil etched.
The Commander lands?
Yeah,
They
they
do.
look
Oh
so good. I already have a Spectator team in foil, but I might switch it for this one.
no,
They
I
look
need to get them.
pretty.
I gotta get all five like that.
Same here.
I don't think there's
I
a
like the
land in foil edge.
Yeah, the City of Brass has a foil etched version. A lot of the Double
hmm
Masters cards that came.
as well on which product was it? Modern Horizons 2, the basics are foiled edge.
Yeah, but I mean like let's say premium lands.
Oh, okay, okay. One of the things that everybody's gaga with the borderless Jewel Lotus. I gotta say, if I am gonna go ahead and trade up, my Jewel Lotus would be for the foiled for this version. I love this artwork for Jewel Lotus, and in foil and that framework looks amazing.
It looks pretty, but the master foiled for the Jewel Loader,
Yeah,
I
the textured
I
foil.
yeah, I saw it on
Here it
stream.
is.
That thing's broken, all right? That thing is like a holographic card that it chipped. And it looks like it has scales on it. It's broken. Like, I'm gonna try my best to get that one.
And then there we have the basic lands will be on old borders. So if you are a fan of these lands, go ahead and grab them. There's a lot of artwork, very pretty artwork with Rebecca Guai, Mark Poole. I go gaga for old school borderless. I mean, not borderless, old school frame cards. I love them. You will never, it's something that I think I have an issue on. Sometimes I prefer old cards than the new ones, so eh, it's an issue. It's an issue. Um, but yeah, these are the this is the this is Commander Masters. Um, again, it's really so buy singles. I was gonna say
By
something very very
singles.
atrocious. Just buy singles. I if if you would tell me how I would rank this set for me out of 10 is a solid 4.5. Why? One, it has good reprints, has not good reprints, but it has okay reprints in terms of like what we're looking for, and at least for people that are getting into the game or are getting into Commander and they want to upgrade their decks. Some of the cards that haven't not gotten a reprint are still in a hefty price tag that for certain people that want to go to from being a casual Commander player to shifting to CDH, there are still cards that even though there are CDH cards that you can uh find in a good price or budget CDH decks, but it has okay reprints. Price tag wise is too high for the hype. uh the number of cards and artworks that this set has, you are better off getting a collector booster box and having a chance to, if your chances to getting a couple of mythics or a couple of good rares in foil, your chances are better to go through the collector booster boxes. Do the collector booster boxes have 4 boosters or 6 this time?
I think it was 4.
4?
Yeah, it was 4. There's somebody that I know that was gonna buy them, and I was talking about that same thing. That okay, you're not too bad with 6 boosters, and he said, "No, bro, it's only 4." And I'm like, "Yeesh, at 4 booster, that's kind of tight." Because, okay, so basically you have more
Okay.
chances of
Yeah, it's
pulling
4
things
boosters.
in. You have more chances in collector boosters because you have more
Mm-hmm.
rare to mythic slots. But the the thing that the set is so big and you only having 4 boosters, nah, I don't see it. I don't see it
So
pulling
this is
together with
this
me.
is the pull rate of you get 5 borderless cards in every pack. Every pack contains 5 borderless, one of which may be textured foil, borderless rare, or mythic. Card destined for a starting role in your collection, blah blah blah. Each booster contains a total of 9 to 11 traditional foil cards, one foiled edge card, a possible textured foil borderless card that is 1 in 25% of packs, and a total of 5 cards of rarity, rare or higher.
So
That's
in
the pull rate.
25 percentage of packs. That's
Mm-hmm.
very interesting because they say 25% of packs. Are they referring to the print run, or how much a store can buy up to? Because if it's 25% in the whole print run, then yeah, I don't see cards dropping. I don't see them dropping because the Jewel Lotus having a 25% chance in a whole print run. That's gonna be like, I don't know, 200 of the foil.
I mean,
But
also
it's talking
consider that
about textured foils.
that a million people, lots and lots of people are gonna buy this product.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the truth. For how much people say stop buying boxes, start buying singles, a lot of people are just gonna crack open boxes.
Yeah.
So the amount of boxes that are gonna be cracked, even some people will crack open multiple boxes. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the chances of pulling those cards are like slim, but not non-existent. How you're making it seem to be. 25% is a quarter of the time, which is it's a pretty decent amount of time, honestly.
No,
Yeah,
yeah, but
but
let's talk about Brothers War. Orengo bought a bundle, a single bundle, and he got one of these shattered foil transformers. So it's I think it's more luck, like the guy that pulled the One Ring.
yeah, it's luck basing. As I say, like there's multiple prints of Jewel Lotus, but there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna chase. They're gonna chase
The tech, yeah.
the texture foil. Me being one of them, and if you take it into account, so that's gonna be like 200 copies in a whole print run. So taking that into account, being a premium product, that is insane. Being a premium product, it's not for starters. It's not for people that want to go into the game. It's a premium product with a premium price label. That Joe Lotus is not gonna go down for $400.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be up there. And if you take into account this couple years, foil edges, the foil edge card, they've been getting a lot of love. People love foil edge.
Uh, I
So
I would actually beg to differ. They keep printing
for
foil
foil,
etching, and a lot of people have problems with foil etching. A lot of
really?
people don't like it. Yeah, I love foil etching because it's usually cheaper than a normal foil
Mm-hmm.
because it sells worse.
So for the little set that they made after Aftermath, it was called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The foil edges are more expensive than the regular cards.
I've seen a few of them that are less expensive, so we're probably looking at different cards. Because
Yeah,
Let's go to TCG Player and just look at that. You mean Aftermath, correct?
yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Aftermath is posted at high to low. Do 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 do. So, The most expensive card right now in this set is Nixilis, but
Mystery.
The Halo
Yeah.
foil. There is sadly, well, in the first page, there's no. They're all either Halo foil or the treat or that treatment, or the old school treatment. But full etched is
Because the
Halo.
Halo foil
Here we
is
go.
like the premium foil. Below
So
Halo, it's gonna be regular or foil edge.
So foil etched right now, the one that just popped out is Calyx, guided by fate, is at $7.97.
All right.
And then Narset. Well, wait, here's Narset and Light in Exile for 784 foiled etch. So I think it depends on the card.
Yeah, most likely it's gonna be based on the card. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's a premium card, let's say Finale of Devastation. So if you had three options, which are the regular foil, foil edge, and borderless foil, I think the borderless foil will be cheaper than the foil edge, with the regular foil being the cheapest.
So right now, Finale is going for 20 to $22, depending on the print. So and the pre-release version is going for 61. Is the lowest one right now in TCG Player.
There's no preview sale for foil edge about Commander
No,
Masters.
right now for let me go ahead and go back to the pre-sale. Okay, 1 second. Toots. There we go. Do. The only one that has a pre-sale. Okay, here we go. So Foil Edge Finale is at 99, and Foiled Edge Extra Planar Lens is at 200. Emerald Medallion is at 98. Those are the highest right now for Commander Masters.
Yeah, and they're foil edge. So we
Hmm.
gotta wait till the set releases and
Yeah.
prices start going down and stabilizing. Because if I'm being honest with you, I'm looking for a lot of black cards on the set. Not necessarily expensive cards. I'm looking at a lot of cheap cards that I use, like how the name is Dementia Master, the guy that reanimates for three black and three life.
Hmm.
Chainer. I gotta have all those black cards in foil edge. I don't want them foil. No, I want them foil edge because the card pops up more.
Okay. No, I gotta be honest. At least for myself, I'm just awaiting for the set to come out, and as soon as the set comes out and prices go back to like they're to normal, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy buying cards. To be honest, because for instance, a card that I've been looking forward to getting is Gemstone Caverns, right? And Gemstone Caverns has that reprint in the Lord of the Rings set with the little pretty art. There's glittering caves of Agalor, Aga, whatever that big word. So it's around. The cheapest one right now. It's at $36, so it's not a bad price. So I'm just gonna wait until the set comes out. When the set comes out, that's when one has to be like, "Here's my credit card, TCG player, take it away."
So here's my soul. I sell it. There you go.
Exactly. I'll be I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, giving you guys a tip for all of our listeners: do not start buying cards on the first 3 days. Wait until at least Sunday, where everything is a little bit much more toned down, because that's when all the stores are starting to shift their prices to what they're actually going for. Because if people start buying product like crazy, looking for the textured foils, or looking for the reprints that they need buying boxes, those prices are going to go down because again, Not all of the players that not everyone that plays Magic buys boxes just to get the cards that they need. Sometimes they resell them just to make
Try
extra
to,
cash and buy other cards that they need. But
yeah, try to make a profit too.
yeah.
Try to flip cards.
hmm So the
I would
advice would
say
always be buy
I,
singles.
I would say the key point is 2 weeks after the set releases.
hmm
So 2 weeks after the set is it's open and everybody has what they need. Everybody pulled 400 billion Jewel Lotus, 400 billion finales, and the prices starts to drop down. That's when you go in and dip your hands on the good sauce.
Exactly. I completely agree. So, guys, we have spoken about Commander Masters and the Commander decks. Um, it's been a great talk. So let's go around and about to say our goodbyes. So, George, I know that you are an entrepreneur on social media and you have like a bajillion followers, but where can the people find you?
So right now I only have Facebook. I don't use too much platform. So if anybody wants to follow me or search for me, they can go ahead and do so by adding me as Jorge Rivera. That's with a J, Jorge. So yeah, that's all I have.
So, JP, where can the people find you?
You can find me here in the Cardboard Cave podcast. Hopefully, talking about more Magic soon enough. How about you, John? Where can you
So,
find you?
guys, you can find me here at the Cardboard Cave podcast. I am very active in TikTok. So, on our TikTok, I want to say million thanks to everybody that has followed our TikTok and liked our videos. We reached in this week we reached 11. Is it 11? Give me a second. Let me check my numbers correct before I give you incorrect numbers. So we have increased our follower count to 1,184 followers, and we are about to reach 12K likes. Thank you very much for everybody that follows us in TikTok. It's our other platform that we provide you any type of news or fun skits or questions of the day of Magic the Gathering content. Another place that you guys can follow me is in Real In Films. I am a movie critic as well, besides Magic the Gathering player. I have a couple of reviews that are not yet available due to embargoes, but go ahead and follow me on my social media because we will have a review for the upcoming show that is going to be live on Hulu. Their second season this fall is going to be available on Hulu, and we're going to have a couple of great videos coming out promoting their show as well. Plus, pay attention because this upcoming Wednesday, you will in my social media and Reel In Films, at least in Twitter, because that's where I am only available to post the review on that night. You will get the first impression of the upcoming film Haunted Mansion because I am going to be going to the special screening. Thanks to Disney for giving me the invite for that screening. So if you guys want to be up to date in movie news, entertainment, and reviews, pass by to Reel In Films. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight talking about Commander Masters. We will see you guys. Well, in this case, you will see the other guys this next Wednesday talking about sweet, sweet cardboard. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Welcome to the Cardboard Cave podcast, the #1 show in Puerto Rico about trading card games. Thanks for Alter Sleeves for sponsoring our show. Use our affiliate link or code CardboardCave for 5% off your order and spice up your commander. Don't forget to follow us on our social media or listen to us in all major audio platforms.